Welcome to Confidently Unstoppable, the podcast where we empower you to transform your self-talk, elevate your mind, and build unstoppable confidence. I'm your host, Marilyn West. Each week, we will dive deep into mindset shift to help you break barriers and embrace your full potential. Let's get started. Hey friend, welcome back to another episode. I'm so excited to talk to you today about your journey to self-discovery. Self-love. We hear that a lot in the online space. Well, today we're going to be exploring what self-love really means and how it can create a strong foundation for your personal growth. So let's jump into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is what self-love is. Self-love is simply just valuing who you are and accepting yourself as you are. When you recognize your worth and you start treating yourself with kindness and respect, and you start nurturing the right relationships that are positive and acknowledging your strength and your weakness and prioritizing your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, you are on your journey to self-love. And it's not about being selfish. You have to understand it's about being honest with yourself and taking the right steps to cultivate a healthier mindset. And unfortunately, when people start talking differently and moving differently, a lot of times that can make the people we know, that can make the people that are closest to us feel uncomfortable. But I'm here to tell you, in every season, you need to be in every season of life, you need to be okay with reinventing yourself. And that doesn't mean that you are leaving behind your past. It's just making yourself better. So the first thing that I want to talk about is how self-love and personal growth go hand in hand with confidence. As a person who loves personal development, you guys, I am a personal development junkie. If you have ever heard of Toastmasters, I feel like I'm in heaven with their platform because there are so many different programs and things that you can learn inside of it. But I understand where I'm at and where I want to be. So when it comes to your personal growth, you have to understand when you practice self-love, you create a supportive environment for personal growth. You acknowledge your worth, where you at currently, and where you want to be. So with that being said, talking about Toastmasters, with my personal growth and my self-love journey, I always knew I wanted to be a public speaker. I invested in my personal growth to get better with speaking, to place healthy boundaries with my family while I was pursuing my goals of becoming a public speaker. Right? So every Thursday, on the second and fourth Thursday, they know that's my time to work on my personal development with my Toastmasters group, where I can get better in an environment that's going to allow me to get comfortable and overcome my fears of public speaking. Self-love and personal growth encourage you to take risks, learn from your mistakes, and embrace challenges as opportunity for growth. And you're going to hear me say that a lot on this podcast. Embrace new challenges as opportunities to grow. A lot of times when you are in a season of feeling uncomfortable because something seemed like a challenge or you are not good at it, it is stretching you into becoming who you want to be. So the first time that I had to speak on the Toastmasters Zoom call, of course, I was nervous. Of course, I felt out of my comfort zone because it was people there and I never spoke in front of them before and I got a little country twang, right? So, of course, I was nervous. But guess what? I overcame those challenges and I kept showing up for myself on the second and fourth of every Thursday. So, when you're thinking about self-love and how you can really start accepting who you are as a person and treating yourself with kindness, when I start saying, yeah, I know, I understand that I respect the craft, but at the end of the day, I recognize my weakness, I recognize my strength, and I had the right attitude knowing that I was going to keep showing up to get better. So you have to understand with self-love, it's not just out here eating chocolates and going to the spa. It's about taking care of yourself as well when it comes to your personal growth. The next one I want to talk about when it comes to self-love is understanding how you can improve your resiliency. A lot of people give up too soon. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to see people really don't try these days. Like they give up at the point. They give up as soon as they give up at a little bit of resistance. Like that's not your opportunity. That's not the time to give up. You have to foster the right mindset that's going to help you deal with setbacks and difficult emotions. It's okay to acknowledge your emotions, but not stay there, right? Because when you believe in your worth, and you're more likely to bounce back from your disappointments. When you become a more resilient person, you're going to be more likely to bounce back from disappointments, how you view challenges as a journey, how you maintain a positive outlook. Just like I was just saying, when it came to me becoming a public speaker, I knew I wasn't the greatest public speaker, but guess what? I kept showing up. I kept being resilient. I kept leaning into personal development and professional development to empower myself, to improve myself, and empower myself to keep moving forward despite how I may be feeling and the obstacles that I was facing. When it comes to self-love, I really want to break the stigma around it and how people view it. If you believe in something and you understand self-love and you understand how to overcome your own limiting belief, and you know how to identify any challenges when you feel, and you know how to identify any and when you know how to identify your own behavior in your brain that likes to keep you safe and hold you back from reaching your full potential, then you will look at self-love in a different way. And therefore, you will start practicing it as well. That could be journaling, where you start to express how you feel, your thoughts, writing down affirmations. I have a lot of affirmations that I reflect on. You start to gain clarity and a deeper relationship of who you want to be. But most importantly, you start having that self-compassion for yourself, and you start being kind. You start treating yourself differently. You start dressing a different way. You start showing up to the gym. You start drinking the water. You start eating healthier. And you are teaching people around you how to treat you because your confidence is getting better. You're getting more sleep. You're just waking up and you're happy to celebrate life, celebrate your success, acknowledge your struggles, knowing what you need to work on, no matter how small you may feel that it is. And that's when you really start practicing self-love and teaching the people that are around you how to treat you. But it's so important when you are on this journey of self-love that you surround yourself with people who's going to uplift you, that's going to inspire you, that's going to tell you the different books you need to read, the podcasts, the social media accounts that you want to follow. That's when it comes down to protecting your space, protecting your energy, and just reinforcing that this is a journey and I want to feel like this all the time, not just for 30 minutes or 60 minutes in a spa and eating some chocolate. I'm pouring into myself now. And once you start pouring into yourself and you start working on yourself and you start overcoming some obstacles that probably would have been in the past that would have stopped you, you start cultivating that self-love. And that's going to boost your self-esteem. It's going to boost your confidence. You will start becoming less reliant on external validation and allowing your success to sustain you and your failures to deplete you. You will be okay. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have the right people around you and relationships around you and the opportunities that's going to keep reinforcing your confidence. And then you're going to learn how to trust yourself in difficult seasons and trust your abilities. And you'll find it easier to step outside of your comfort zone and pursue your dreams and your goals. To put it in perspective, when my brother passed, I gained about 20 pounds. And I really let myself go. And one day I was walking by the mirror and I didn't even recognize who I was. I was just eating chocolates and living my best life. But then when I didn't recognize who I was in that mirror, I was like, I gotta get it together. I was like, let me go join a fitness community because, I really didn't know where to start because that was the first time I have ever been that big beside a pregnancy in my life. So the first week was hard and I lost probably about 10 pounds just from changing my eating habits and moving my body the way that my coaches was encouraging me to do so. And as I start to see the transformation of my body, I start believing in my ability to lose that weight. I kept going. And before you knew it, I had a 6-pack. And I was like, whoa, I'm feeling this, right? But I had to step outside of my comfort zone and ask for help because I didn't recognize myself. And I know this wasn't the person that I wanted to be. I wasn't trying to be public speaking on stage and not feeling comfortable in my own skin. So therefore, I had to make the changes that I felt was necessary in my life. And as I start to see things working, I kept going. I learned to trust myself and my abilities to lose the weight, to step outside of my comfort zone, to post a picture inside of my fitness community. Self-love is just not about eating chocolates and going to the spa. It's about pursuing your goals, overcoming your fears and failures, and stepping outside of your comfort zone to becoming a better person. Self-love is a transformation. Self-love is a practice that really allows you to grow personally by valuing and nurturing yourself. You empower yourself to embrace challenges, learn from your experience, and evolve into the best version of yourself. So, my friends, I just want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you found valuable insight into cultivating a better self-love journey for you. That's not only just going to increase your self-love for yourself, but also increase your confidence. Remember, self-love is a continuous journey of growth and discovery. If you enjoyed this podcast episode today, please share it with a friend who needs a confidence boost. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, my friend. Thank you for tuning in to Confidently Unstoppable. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs a confidence boost. Until next time, keep evolving and becoming the best version of yourself.